Hi, welcome back to Happy Apple Core Homestead. Today we're going to talk about the best way to peel garlic. I have a lot of garlic. This isn't even all I have, you guys. I have an entire other bucket this size, completely full of garlic that is ready to use. As you can see, it's starting to grow. It has reached its life expectancy for storage, so to speak. So it is important now that we don't let it go to waste. I already planted some garlic back in October, so I have a whole new batch coming in, and it's really important that I don't waste the garlic that I have. So the first step of processing any kind of garlic is peeling it, which if you've ever done it, you know it is a pain. Let me start by saying that many hands make for quick work when garlic is concerned. So if you can, grab some friends and enjoy some time chatting together while you do it together. But in this video, I'm going to go over a few different ways of peeling garlic and hopefully come to the conclusion of which one is the fastest. Because when you have this much garlic times 2, we need quick, right? So when you're peeling garlic, this is music garlic, so it's quite large. Not everything that I have to say is going to be applicable if you're using a soft net garlic. Those peel better, differently, I'm not sure. Anyway, you'll see that I have in front of me a cutting board, a knife, and a mason jar with a lid. So first thing you want to do is break them open. So some people like smash them. I'm just going to kind of break them open gently because I would like my cloves to stay whole. At this point, we're not washing anything yet. We're just breaking the cloves apart. And so the main bits of the papers come off pretty quick just by doing this. But of course, as you know, we cannot process them even with the thin papers on. If you have any big ones with tails, I just pulled this tail off. When you're processing, you can pull that little tail out, and that's what I'll be doing as well. It's still perfectly edible and tasty. Okay, if you are planning on cooking your garlic, whether that be for a garlic jelly or jam or pickled garlic, something like that, you can roast your garlic with the papers on at 425 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes, and then the peels will come off pretty nicely. That works great if your end product is something that's going to be cooked. You can also blanch them with the peels on for about 30 seconds and throw them in an ice bath. That will also make the peels a little bit easier. They'll be wet, which I personally find super annoying because they stick to everything, including your hands, all right? And you know that garlic, fun fact, garlic can remove a wart. So let me warn you that the longer you spend with raw garlic on your hands, the more your skin is going to burn. You can use rubber gloves if you want. I find that I require a little bit of a fingernail to get all of the little peels off perfectly. But, you know, try it both ways. I don't get burning fingers until I've gone through about like half this much. So it does take a while. And also I have super sensitive skin, and that might be a contributing factor to that. But just so you know, the more time you spend with raw garlic on your hands, the more chance it could burn. If you have a cut on your finger, like a little like hangnail or a little split in your finger, ouchie. Okay, that's all I gotta say. All right, let's get back to the point of the video. So I'm gonna show you some different methods. I'm not gonna do all the methods that are out there on the internet. You guys can like check those if you want to. One of my friends who does tons of canning swears by the shaking in the jar. And all he does is he takes his cloves, taken off the bulb, and he just throws them in, just like that. Just throws them in, has the major papers off, and just the little ones. So I thought we would try that one first. Okay, this might be a little bit loud, so I'm gonna shake a shake and turn the volume off for you. Why does this remind me of what was that exercise equipment from like the 80s or the 90s? The one that we did this? Anyway, that's what this reminds me of. Okay, we've done a good bit of shaking. Let's see what they look like. Okay, so we have one that's completely done, 2, 3. Those are perfectly peeled garlic cloves. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a fourth one. Okay, so we have 4 perfectly peeled and 5 that we're still gonna have to pick them off. So I'm not really sure, what you guys think of that. You're gonna have to peel them off with your fingers anyway. But hey, we did get 4 and I call that a win. For the next one, I'm gonna set all of these aside that we've already tested. And I'm gonna use my daughter's method. She has this twist method that I had never seen before, and so we're gonna try that one. So first we're gonna break up the clove, the bulb. We're gonna break up the bulb into individual cloves. Why do I always say that wrong? Okay, so my daughter, my youngest one, came to visit and help me with another full basket. Believe it or not, I have had 4 full baskets of garlic. And she said, Mom, all you have to do is twist it. And look at that. They come right off. I mean, you still might have to do a little bit of picking, but it breaks them up so nicely. So not too bad. That was super fast for me to do one. So you just take one with its paper and just twist the whole thing. And then you just pick the rest of it right off, so it breaks it open. So I thought this was a pretty good method, and I like it. All done. Now, with that said, the method I've always used is I take my clove with the papers on, take the biggest pieces of the paper off, and not the pointy end, but this end here, and I just cut it right off. And then the papers just come right off. You just pull them right off. That has been pretty much the fastest way that I've found to do it. But what if we cut the top off and then use my daughter's method of completely twisting? Comes off even faster. So the cut and twist is kind of a good one, and I like that. Pretty fast, all peeled. Now for my last one, I just want to see what would happen if we just cut the tops off really quick and then did the shake method. Would it be any faster? Would they come off better? Okay, I cut the tops of the cloves from the rest of this bowl, and I popped them in here. So let's give these a shake and see if they peel even faster. Okay, we gave that a good shake. Let's see what we have. Okay, this one's perfectly peeled, one perfectly, two. This one's really close. I'll put it over here for not peeled. Okay, so it turns out that the method of leaving the papers on without cutting the tops off is actually more effective than cutting the tops off. It looks like a lot of papers came off and there's just one thin membrane, but still there's hand peeling to do, albeit quick, but you know, it's not too bad for these ones either. So I think whether you cut the tops off or leave the tops on, the jar shaking is probably about the same. I like the twist method. The jar method is fine, but you guys, do you have a better method that doesn't cook the garlic to do this much? Help! Anything other than having like every single one of my friends come over here, because you know all my girls are not going to come over here and smell like garlic for days. Last time I did this, I smelled like it soaked into my skin. I smelled like garlic for days, just in my hands. Days, you guys. No matter how many times I washed, no matter how much lotion I used, I smelled like garlic. So maybe rubber gloves would be a good idea. I'm just not sure, because I use my fingernails to pull these, like to scrape the skins off. I mean, maybe you could use like a little knife to, if you have a pretty good dexterity, you could just use the knife to kind of scrape the little skins off, and you could do that with gloves on. But without a fingernail or a knife, I don't know how you get them off. But I am totally down to hear any of you guys' ideas or contributions or what you think works best for you. Would love to hear it. And, all right. I'm gonna stop fooling around, stop wasting your time. You guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna be doing, once I get all this peeled, I'm gonna be doing a video on garlic jelly and some pickled garlic. Those are two ways that I'm going to preserve this. I also dehydrate a ton of it because garlic powder is one of my favorites, and I put it in lots and lots of different dishes and make my own garlic salt. So I am going to work on this, and make sure you guys stay tuned for those other videos. If garlic is one of your favorites, that garlic jelly, you guys, can be used as a marinade for your savory dishes, like your meat dishes, right? You can use it on beef or pork. I don't eat pork, but you might, and I have heard that it's amazing on pork. I know for a fact it's good on beef, and it's probably good on chicken too. Fish, I don't know. You guys tell me, do you use garlic on your fish? All right, I will see you all next time. Bye.